a lot of people feel, and I feel, that we are going to be heading into a Great Depression. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is a pantry challenge. And I'm going to challenge every single one of you to join me in this pantry challenge, okay? A pantry challenge is one that many people, even money savers, haven't heard of, but it works. And we're going to learn how to save money on groceries and with what we have right now. We'll also learn tricks to cut down on our food bill with such ease. Now, to learn money on how to save groceries, money on groceries isn't just a walk in the park. It's really not. It's very hard. But if it were easy, then all the people would be able to save money easily. Now, won't we? Now, here's a fact, okay? In the US, the average monthly food bill is about $550 for 2.5 people in each household. And that's a lot of money. So have you ever heard of the Food Pantry Challenge? It works for me. Okay. Now, the AKA for a Food Pantry Challenge in the prepper community is living off your preps, even if it's just for a month. Let's see how much money we can save. Okay. Now, what is the Pantry Challenge? The Pantry Challenge is focused on not purchasing any food supplies for a fixed time period and make every single meal based completely on what you have in your pantry. Now, doing this challenge can help you save money, avoid buying duplicates, and avoid wasting money through spoilage. Now, one thing is for sure, that is, you won't need healthy meal planning services to make this challenge work for you, okay? So if you get anything through like HelloFresh or anything like that, you won't need it, okay? Now, why do you need this pantry challenge? I asked myself this very same question, okay? The simple answer is to save money by not buying anything for right now, okay? If you need to catch up on bills, if you have upcoming medical expenses, this is your answer, okay? There's a lot of reasons why this could actually work for you. Okay, now what is this pantry challenge and what is it not? As I was searching over the internet about this pantry challenge, because I've actually been doing this for quite some time, okay, I found that a lot of people are actually confused as to what this is actually about. This is designed to help you eliminate food waste and use what you already have in your pantry. It's a challenge that can be done weekly, monthly, yearly. It all depends on how much you have, okay? For those who like to clean out their pantry to avoid food waste, and last, to design to teach you on how to make a budget for food or plan that at least. And this is not for those with a special diet. Since you are limited to what is in your pantry, this challenge might not be applicable for those with special needs, special diets, okay? It's just not limited to the pantry though. While it is called the Pantry Challenge, you can also include it for what's in your fridge, what's in your freezer. But the main point here is to not buy grocery items once the challenge has started. Okay, now some of the benefits of this pantry challenge is to save money on food. When you allow this kind of challenge, you're bound to save money if you do it properly. The second is to clear out clutter. When you buy things constantly, especially those same products, you are bound to create clutter. And I know what I'm going to hear. We are people of the prepared mind. We're supposed to stockpile this, that, and the other. Right. But those are why we have different pantries. We have in my house, I call it the do not touch pantry. Then we have the working prepper pantry and things like that. Okay. It means that you're going to find yourself pushing some items all the way to the back of the pantry and not realize that you still have those items. Okay, because not a lot of us use inventory systems like Prepper Nerd's inventory system and things like that, right? When we first started doing this challenge, I found items in my working prepper pantry, and I'm like, I forgot that I even had that, you know, and I saved us money because I kept buying these things, and I'm like, oh wow, I forgot that I even had that. You know, I forgot that I had jars of store-bought, you know, jalapenos and peppers and this and that and the other, and sauces and everything, and I kept buying and buying and buying, and I'm like, I completely forgot that I even had this stuff. So, I mean, you know, as someone who preps, you do forget that you have these things because you have them stashed in so many different places that you forget that where you put them and stuff like that. And it happens. It really does happen. Now, the third reason is to avoid spoilage and waste. When you let your food products stay long in your pantry without using them, some of them are bound to get spoiled, okay? Even though we all know that the best by dates and things like that, that they do last longer than the best by dates, and I understand that. But some of them can spoil, okay? In the US alone, there are about 70 billion pounds of food waste every single year, while millions of people go on their way with an empty stomach. Okay. Now, with this pantry challenge, you're minimizing or eliminating that concern, and you're contributing to the big food problem and hunger in our own small ways. Now, the next thing is to be creative. Using what you have helps you to be creative in what you can do with these ingredients. Just like one community member, she was telling me that she had all these cases of tomato paste, and she's like, what do I do with all of these? And then a light bulb went off in her head, and she made a barbecue sauce with tomato paste and rotel and all these other different ingredients, and she said it was the most amazing barbecue sauce that she ever tasted. But she had all these cases, and she's like, I didn't even realize that I had all these cases of rotel and tomato paste. She said, I literally forgot that they were there. It happens to every single one of us, okay? Now, you'll be more like a master chef who's only given a handful of ingredients to choose from, but people become more creative when they are pressed with challenges in front of them. Now, you can save time on shopping. You don't need to get dressed up, okay? You don't have to go to the store. You don't have to pick up the items that you need, wait in line, paying at the counter. You can simply go to your kitchen and start creating a menu based on the ingredients that you already have. And the average trip to the supermarket is what? 43 minutes, an hour? But that time you can use for something more important. If you're a busy person, you have children like I do, and family to be with, that amount of time is golden. Now, the next thing is to put your stock into use. Some people stock up on goods, other products, because they get those during promotions, deals, special discounts. Or if you're an extreme couponer, you'll find that you'll benefit the most in this challenge. Excluding money savings, you'll be saving a lot of time. Why? That's because you won't need to clip the coupons, research different stores to find the best deals, among others. You don't have to do all of that. Now, the next thing is the pantry challenge rules. Because this is really your own challenge, there are no fast and hard rules. Some people will stick with it using up all of that they have in their pantry. Some will do a combination of what they have in their pantry and still buy fresh produce, and that's okay. But if you're truly sticking with the whole concept of the pantry challenge, then I would stick with consuming with what's already in your pantry or your freezers. Okay, now the next thing, set a goal from your pantry challenge. As with any challenge, you should set a goal for your challenge. There are different goals that you need to be set depending on the season of the year too. For example, what works in the winter is not going to work in the summer. Okay, goals tend to be set in stone. That's really the whole idea for these goals. For example, if your goal is to pay off debt, then you set a goal as to when it should all be paid off. Okay, now, if it's financial goal, ask yourself how much you want to save. Then this will be dependent on how much stuff you have in your pantry. Or put it this way, you can start a pantry challenge even when you don't have a lot in your pantry. And here's how to do it. Set up your pantry, buy all the things you need from your pantry. From there is when you start your challenge, okay? You could quantify your would-be savings every single week, and you could reward yourself once you're done every single week, okay? Now, the second thing is a time goal. Ask yourself, how long do you want to do this challenge? Are you going full force? Are you going to do this for days first and then proceed to many weeks or months? If this is your first time doing this challenge, I recommend setting up a goal for 2 weeks and then see how it goes. If it goes well, then add 2 weeks and then go from there. Okay, you don't want to set an aggressive goal that you may not necessarily be able to fulfill. Okay, then the next one is food goal. Ask yourself how much you want to eat. This will dictate how long the foods in your pantry will last, which is tied to your time goal. Okay, now how to start. Set your boundaries. Okay, knowing this will allow you to stay within your perimeters you set for this task. Second, define what you can and cannot eat. For those who are just starting out, it's best to include both of those foods that you have in your fridge, your freezer, on top, or what is or will be in your pantry. Okay, the third one is plan your meals. If you're not a fan of meal planning, which I get, okay, and sometimes it's not easy because the kids don't want that, they want this, and they change their mind, and no, mom, I want this, and I want macaroni and cheese, and I don't want that. Okay, I get it. Okay, if you're not a fan of the meal planning because you can't meal plan because of the kids, I get it. You will need to get on board. No kidding. You do not want to be going on your day and blankly stare at your pantry going, I can't. I don't know if I can do, you know, because all you want to eat are oatmeal, popcorn, and the like, and then the kids are going, Mommy, you know what I'm saying? So here are some tips to make the most out of what's in your pantry, okay? Search for your recipes, okay? Do you have recipe books? Do you have cookbooks, okay? Even when you think you don't have enough to make a meal, try to search online, find meals that match, you know, the ingredients, the products that you have in your pantry. You'll be actually surprised that there are plenty of recipes out there that use very few ingredients. There's actually like one pot meals that have like 3 ingredients or 4 ingredients, you know, that type of thing. One of my family's very favorite meals that I make, it's a 1-pot meal. It's called Chili Mac. It's elbow macaroni with a can of chili and shredded cheddar. No lie. And they love it. They love it. And I think it costs me like, I don't know, $5 to make, okay? And it's really good and it fills you up, okay? That's the type of thing that I'm talking about with this pantry challenge. It's very simple, okay? Now, be mindful of what you have. When you're on this challenge, chances are your food sources are limited. That is limited to what you have in your pantry, your freezer, your fridge. Make sure you choose wisely when it comes to your resources, okay? Use the perishables first. Use the ones that easily get spoiled first or that are about to expire first. This way you're not wasting any food. And this includes milks, greens, eggs, that type of thing, okay? Now, last thing, learn and repeat. This challenge is also about learning and becoming better the next time you try this challenge, okay? This means that you will benefit from taking the time to learn as much as you can from this challenge. These lessons will help you make better meal planning decisions, choices on products, ingredients, among others, when you repeat this challenge. Next thing you'll know, you'll be a pro at this challenge and it will be second nature to you, okay? Now, this challenge also is good for when because, you know, we're already in a recession, you know, a lot of people feel, and I feel, that we are going to be heading into a Great Depression. This will also help us when we get to the second Great Depression. So start eliminating, like I said in a previous video, your food waste, okay? Try to no longer waste food. This will also help you with eliminating your food waste, okay? By meal planning, by learning how to make nutritious, delicious meals with what you already have, okay? This will benefit you and your family and your wallets. It really will, when we get hit with what we're going to get hit with, because I'm telling you, it is happening. It's going to happen, and that's without a word of a lie. Okay? All right, guys, I'm out of here. All right? I appreciate you. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.